The sky was thick with fog, a dense blanket that seemed to swallow everything in its path. It was a Sunday evening, March 27, 1977. The day started like any other, but it would soon become infamous. Two Boeing 747s, the largest passenger planes in the world at the time, were on the runway, their massive frames barely visible through the fog. They were at Los Rodeos Airport on the Spanish island of Tenerife, a place that would soon be etched into the annals of aviation history. One plane, KLM Flight 4805, was preparing for takeoff, its engines roaring to life as it readied for departure. The other, Pan Am Flight 1736, was taxiing down the same runway, its pilots unaware of the impending disaster. What happened next was a horrible tragedy, a deadly collision that remains the deadliest accident in aviation history. The impact was catastrophic. The Tenerife Airport disaster, as it came to be known, was a horrific event that shocked the world and left an indelible mark on aviation safety. It is a stark reminder of the importance of clear communication and strict adherence to safety protocols in the world of aviation. Miscommunication can have dire consequences. The events of that day led to the loss of 583 lives, forever changing the lives of countless families and leaving a void that can never be filled. The story of the Tenerife Airport disaster is one of miscommunication, bad luck, and the tragic consequences that can result. It serves as a somber lesson for all in the aviation industry. Tenerife, one of the Canary Islands, was a popular tourist destination. Los Rodeos Airport, located in the mountainous terrain of the island, was known for its challenging weather conditions. The airport was frequently shrouded in fog, a factor that would play a significant role in the events of that fateful day. The airport was also smaller than many international airports, with a single runway that was often congested. The combination of difficult terrain, frequent fog, and a small crowded airport created an environment ripe for potential danger. Pilots flying into Los Rodeos were often required to make difficult maneuvers, relying on instruments to navigate through the fog and land safely. On March 27, 1977, these challenging conditions played a critical role in setting the stage for the deadliest aviation disaster in history. The two aircraft involved in the Tenerife disaster were both Boeing 747s, giants of the sky carrying hundreds of passengers. These aircraft were marvels of engineering, designed to transport people across continents with ease and comfort. They symbolized the pinnacle of commercial aviation, representing the dreams and aspirations of countless travelers. KLM Flight 4805, originating in Amsterdam, was carrying 234 passengers and 14 crew members, many of them Dutch tourists heading for a sunny vacation. The excitement was palpable as families and friends boarded the plane, eager to escape the cold European weather for the warmth of the Canary Islands. Pan Am Flight 1736 from Los Angeles was carrying 380 passengers and 14 crew members, a mix of nationalities on their way to a holiday cruise. The passengers included seasoned travelers, business professionals, and families looking forward to a relaxing vacation. The passengers on both planes were a diverse group of individuals, families and couples, young and old, all looking forward to their destinations. They came from different walks of life, each with their own unique stories and reasons for traveling. Among them were seasoned travelers and first-time flyers, each with their own stories, hopes, and dreams. Some were traveling for business, others for pleasure, but all shared the common goal of reaching their destination safely and enjoying their journey. Tragically, for 583 of these passengers and crew members, their journeys would be cut short on the foggy runway at Tenerife. The disaster would become one of the deadliest aviation accidents in history, leaving a lasting impact on the world of air travel and the lives of those affected. The day began like any other, with both KLM Flight 4805 and Pan Am Flight 1736 on schedule. However, a bomb threat at Gran Canaria Airport, their original destination in the Canary Islands, forced a change of plans. Both planes, along with several others, were diverted to Los Rodeos Airport on Tenerife, a smaller airport ill-equipped to handle such a large influx of aircraft. The diversions caused significant delays, and the once orderly airport became increasingly congested. Passengers, eager to reach their destinations, waited anxiously for updates. The atmosphere was tense, a mixture of frustration and anticipation hanging in the air. Little did anyone know that these delays, coupled with the deteriorating weather conditions, were setting the stage for a catastrophe. Section 5. The Tenerife Airport. Los Rodeos Airport, nestled in the mountainous terrain of Tenerife, was shrouded in a thick blanket of fog. Visibility was extremely poor, making it difficult for pilots to navigate. The airport's single runway was packed with diverted aircraft, leaving limited space for taxiing and maneuvering. The control tower was struggling to manage the high volume of radio traffic, adding to the already tense situation. The combination of fog, congestion, and communication challenges created a dangerous environment at Los Rodeos Airport. Pilots, already fatigued from the diversions and delays, faced immense pressure to navigate their massive aircraft safely in these challenging conditions. The stage was set for a tragedy, a perfect storm of unfortunate circumstances that would forever etch March 27, 1977, into aviation history. Section 6. The KLM 4805 begins its takeoff run. The KLM 4805 was cleared for takeoff. Captain Jacob Van Zanten, a highly experienced pilot, initiated the takeoff run. Unbeknownst to him, the Pan Am 1736 was still taxiing on the same runway, hidden by the thick fog. The control tower's instructions to the Pan Am flight to exit the runway were not heard by the KLM crew. The KLM 4805 picked up speed, hurtling down the runway towards the unseen Pan Am aircraft. Inside the KLM cockpit, the tension was palpable as the plane accelerated through the dense fog. The crew strained to see through the whiteout, their instruments providing the only guidance. Unaware of the danger that lay ahead, they continued their takeoff run, seconds away from a catastrophic collision. Section 7. Disaster. The KLM 4805, still accelerating, emerged from the fog. The crew saw the Pan Am 1736 directly in their path, far too close to avoid a collision. Captain Van Zanten desperately tried to lift the KLM aircraft, the engines screaming as they struggled to gain altitude. The Pan Am crew, alerted to the impending disaster, also attempted to steer their plane clear, but it was too late. The KLM 4805 slammed into the Pan Am 1736 with a deafening roar, the impact shaking the very ground beneath the airport. The force of the collision ripped both aircraft apart, instantly killing hundreds of passengers and crew members on impact. A fireball erupted, engulfing both planes and scattering wreckage across the runway. The Tenerife Airport disaster, a tragedy decades in the making, had come to pass. Section 8. Aftermath and Investigation. The aftermath of the collision was horrific. Emergency services rushed to the scene, but the thick fog and raging fire made rescue efforts extremely difficult. Tragically, only 61 passengers on the Pan Am flight survived. All 248 passengers and crew on the KLM flight perished. The investigation into the disaster was extensive and complex. The investigation revealed that a series of factors contributed to the disaster. The thick fog severely limited visibility, making it impossible for the crews to see each other. Miscommunication between the control tower and the KLM crew played a crucial role, as the KLM crew were not aware that the Pan Am flight was still on the runway. The investigation also highlighted the pressures faced by the crews due to the diversions, delays, and challenging weather conditions. Section 9. Lessons learned. The Tenerife Airport disaster sent shockwaves through the aviation industry, marking one of the darkest days in aviation history. It prompted significant changes in aviation safety protocols and procedures worldwide, as experts convened to analyze the causes and prevent future occurrences. One of the most important changes was the mandatory adoption of standardized phraseology in aviation communication, ensuring clarity and precision. This ensured that pilots and air traffic controllers used clear and unambiguous language to avoid misunderstandings, which had been a critical factor in the disaster. The disaster also led to improvements in ground radar systems, which enhanced the ability to monitor aircraft movements on the ground, and upgrades to runway lighting systems for better visibility. Additionally, crew resource management training was emphasized, focusing on teamwork, communication, and decision-making in the cockpit. These changes aimed to prevent similar tragedies from occurring in the future, ensuring that the lessons learned were not in vain. The Tenerife Airport disaster serves as a somber reminder of the importance of vigilance, clear communication, and unwavering adherence to safety protocols in the field of aviation. The lessons learned from this tragedy continue to shape the industry today, ensuring the safety of millions of passengers who take to the skies every year, and reminding us of the critical importance of constant vigilance and improvement in aviation safety.